Hi, I'm Pebbles, and welcome to Just Look Up, a Positively Pebbles podcast. Life is not easy. It is challenging. It's frustrating and can be downright disheartening. But it's also full of beautiful people, moments, and experiences. Need more of that? Well, just look up. Welcome to the very first episode of Just Look Up. We're going to kick it off with what I like to call my Peb Talk. And today I want to talk to you about being corrected. So recently I was in the car with my niece and our baby, Zola. Yes, she's mine too. Anyway, as we were driving, I was following the Waze directions and I kind of started going off track. And my niece was like, "Auntie, you're going the wrong way." And the good news is I was able to switch back, get in the right lane. Then she started kind of apologizing for correcting me. And I was like, "You do not have to apologize. You basically kept me from making a mistake." And then it made me think about how many times we struggle or even get upset with being corrected. And I will admit, I am not a big fan of that feeling. Nobody likes other people pointing out their mistakes, but I think we need to make sure that we at least take the correction into consideration. Obviously, a lot of this depends on our relationship with the person, their intent, as well as, the manner in which they correct you, because, some people can just be rude and do too much and, then it's just a mess. But I mention all of this to say, let's not be afraid of being corrected. It could lead you to learning something new, a revelation about yourself, or, like in my case, avoid going down the wrong path. Thank you for coming to my Peb Talk. Our good news this week is about a father's lifelong love and bond. So Eric posted about a tattoo that he got that he says means more to him than anything else that he will ever put on his skin. So it's a tattoo that matches the scar on his son's chest. Baby Bennett's life got off to a really rough start. He had 11 days in the NICU, 14 days in the pediatric cardiac ICU, 7 operations, and many more other complications. By getting the matching tattoo, Eric says that he wanted his son to know that he's never alone in this fight. His son's scar is the story of survival, and his is a promise. Whatever he carries, I'll carry too. He said that it's also a call for awareness of congenital heart defects and wanting other families to know that they're not alone. He calls baby Benny his hero and says that now they wear the same armor. And it's just such a beautiful story. And you can see more of it, and you can see the tattoo. I'll leave his Instagram in the show notes for you to check out. And for today's Pebbles from the Past, where I read from my old journals, Lord help me, we are going to rewind to January 15th, 2022. Remember, January 15th, 2022. Not too far, but, far enough. And this is what I wrote. I feel like so much and nothing is going on at the same time. Working really hard on staying positive and being grateful. Wow, if that's not a look into my future. Tuning into myself and listening to what I need and want. Listening to the dreams and joy and shutting out the negative voices in my head. This morning, a thought came into my mind about change, about who I am. This time of year, there's always so much focus on changing what's wrong about you or what you need to cut out. What came to mind is, what if we take the focus off of what needs to go and we work really hard to preserve what we love and what we're proud of? That takes care and protection. Are we working as fiercely on protecting our good as we are in getting rid of what we don't like? Seems to me that that framing alone is enough to make an incredible difference in our lives. When I look back on that, I was like, wow, I wrote that? Thought it was pretty good. Now, I just now find it incredibly insightful and helpful in how I want to live my life now. Yes, weeding, pruning, clipping out all those parts of our lives that are either holding us back or damaging our growth, that is definitely needed on occasion. But the main thing, I think, sticking with that plant metaphor, water, fertilize, talk to, and give sunlight to those things in your life that need care and protection. Then just sit back and watch yourself bloom. Time to take one last look up, and today I want to offer you a word of encouragement. There, as you know, is a lot going on in the world. There is a lot of suffering. There's a lot of division, just a lot. I've even had discussions with friends where we're feeling moments of helplessness. And if you're feeling that too, here is what I want to offer. You still control who you are in the world, and that makes a difference. Again, you still control who you are in the world, and that makes a difference. So show up confident, show up grateful, show up scared and uncertain if you have to. What matters is that you show up. You matter. There is only one you. We hear it all the time, but do we really understand what that means? In you alone, there's your personality, your values, your compassion, your joy, you. You still control who you are in the world, and that makes a difference. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me and for tuning in for the very first episode of my new Positively Pebbles podcast, Just Look Up. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my weekly Sunday newsletter. All the details are in the show notes. I'm Pebbles, and until next week, choose kindness, choose joy, choose you, and just look up.